Welcome back to state-sponsored conspiracy podcast. This is the only conspiracy podcast that is officially funded by the government, by U.S. tax dollars. You might as well just listen. You're already here. You're pretty much already subscribed if you pay taxes.
You paid for it. You might as well listen.
Exactly. Obviously, we are still using code names for our safety, just federal procedure. I will be Fomenko this week. And what will your code name be?
Well, you didn't read the dossier I gave you this week?
I don't check my emails. I have an intern that does that.
All right. Well, this might come as a shock to you, but it's related to this episode's subject. My code name this time is Adolf Hitler.
Dude, can we get some other options for that?
There's Goebbels. There's no, it's just those two.
Okay.
According to the AI codename generator the government has provided us, it's Hitler and Goebbels. So
what happened to like vaguely Metal Gear-esque code names? Like I thought you could be like Ocean Cat or something.
Ocean Hitler. That works, right?
Okay, that's a good compromise. We can continue now.
All right, my code name is Ocean Hitler.
And today we are going to talk about Hollow Earth.
We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna prove it. We're gonna prove it right.
Are you saying that you've gone native and you are in investigating this? You became a Hollow Earther?
Well, the truth is, I've been a Hollow Earther for years now. Ever since I saw a mysterious 40-minute long YouTube video pop up in my suggested feed, and I watched the whole thing in one sitting, and it was amazing. And now it's gone. So, if the Matrix deleted it from the YouTube, that means that it was true. That's just how truth works. So
this censored Hollow Earth video is what got you on board.
Yeah, I mean, researching it, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, more things align here. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, it just kind of confirmed my vague beliefs.
It rang true, or it rang hollow.
Tax dollars don't pay for puns, dude.
Well, what else have you learned about Hollow Earth, or what did you learn from this original video?
I learned some exclusive information that I have not been able to find repeated in any other Hollow Earth theories. But maybe we should, give a quick rundown before we get into the thick of it.
I would like that. I know very little about Hollow Earth.
Well, I mean, you know a lot about stuff you research, and I'm not very good at research. I mean, we went to school together. You got way better grades than me, so we'll see how my research holds up compared to yours.
I will be the judge, and I will give you a grade after this episode.
Our boss, he wasn't really happy with the first episode, so we tried to clarify. Oh, what are we doing? Are we doing a psyop? Are we doing misinformation? Are we trying to debunk? But he reached into his desk, pulled out a gun, started waving it at us. We didn't know what to do. So
it was not constructive criticism from him at all.
You want to know something? We don't even know his name. The plaque on his desk, it says Colonel ? Not even like the symbol. It's like spelled out Colonel ? What the hell?
We're not getting constructive feedback from the listeners or this guy. So if your episode is a little choppy, it's kind of their fault.
Well, let's get into it. Hollow Earth is a theory. It's, well, not a theory. It's the truth. But basically, the Earth is not a solid sphere. It is hollow, as the name implies, with openings at the poles. Not the magnetic poles, but the top of the world, bottom of the world. And according to believers of this truth, the core of the Earth is actually the sun or heaven, depending on who you ask.
So wait. So what lights up the sky?
Which sky?
The sky that's like above my head. Like what is lighting that?
That's the regular sun, which may or may not also be hollow, but we'll get into that later. But our core is the sun of the inner Earth, which, like, on the flip side of our land, is Hollow Earth land with ocean and
Oh.
land and everything, and it's great. And it contains advanced civilizations and exotic, mystical creatures.
I like that. That's really cool. That's way cooler than Tartaria.
It is cool, because Tartaria can, I think they can kind of coexist if you really wanted to try and do that, but, what is this, Digimon?
Did you read, when you were a kid, did you read Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Oh yeah, the one with Brendan Fraser.
Is that, yes, the book with Brendan Fraser. Did that book start Hollow Earth, or did that book just kind of pick up on stuff that was already out there?
It did not start Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth was started basically by every culture in existence. Everybody's been talking about Hollow Earth forever. But the first scientific proposition of Hollow Earth was made by none other than the man behind Halley's Comet, Sir Edmund Halley, the Halley's Comet man. He was like, oh yeah, the magnetic field is weird. Must be a Hollow Earth.
So he had some good ideas like the comet, and then he had some not so good ideas.
Yeah, kind of like Leonard Euler, of the Euler disk. He also thought, yeah, Hollow Earth sounds good. The core, yeah, that's a sun. That's the sun for the inner Earth civilization.
Wait, so real scientists actually thought this?
Well, real scientists, but 16th century scientists, so pretty stupid.
Okay, that's fair. Isaac Newton believed in alchemy and stuff. It's okay.
Well, alchemy's real, but we'll save that for another episode.
Oh.
There's a second theory called the inverted Earth that claims that we are on the inside.
We are the Hollow Earth?
We are in the Hollow Earth, and then the Hollow Earth that we're talking about is actually the outside. Which doesn't make sense, because if you look up in the sky, you'll notice you don't see China. So, I'm going to go ahead and call inverted Earth stupid.
You're officially debunking inverted Earth.
Yeah, I am not a proponent of inverted Earth, because that one is clearly false.
Huh. If you were an inverted Earth believer, you would have so many questions to answer.
The number one thing is, why don't you look up and see the other side of the Earth? That's basically the only one which needs answering, and then you're good.
That would be kind of a big one.
Yeah, but basically everybody's believed in Hollow Earth. The Greeks, the Mycenaeans, the Catholics. Back in the 1700s, there was a lot of expeditions meeting up with the savages of the New World, and they're, in whatever weird language they had, they were like, yeah, we came from the ground. And then they showed them caverns, and you know how bad scientists were at math back then. They were like, oh yeah, this could easily fit millions of people.
Wait, so you're telling me that they talked to Native Americans who lived in caves, and they thought that they were hollow earth dwellers?
Yes. but there's other Native American tribes which say similar things. I mean, just stories. They're like, oh yeah, the underground is inhabited by spirits and future people.
Future people,
advanced civilizations. So the specifics are, they vary from people to people, but they basically all share the same belief that, oh yeah, people came from the ground, and their people still are.
Would Future People be a good band name?
I believe that is already a band.
Oh. Do you remember the Vril stuff? VRIL?
I don't know what that means, no.
Oh. I think that, I believe, is related to underground people. There was I talked about that a little bit on the previous podcast, where there was a some like author, but like he thought it was real in like Nazi Germany, where he said like there were people who lived underground that had like psychic powers, basically, that was called Vril, and they would come out at some point and take over the earth with their superpowers.
Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with Hollow Earth, but every person I've seen talk about Hollow Earth believes something different, which doesn't really lend credence to the theory, but I still believe. I'm not shaken in my faith. But yeah, Hollow Earth is cool. It's got the sun, the core of the Earth. It's the sun that lights up the inside. It's got advanced civilizations. How many? I don't know. One or multiple. They got advanced technology, anti-gravity devices, free energy from the Dyson sphere that is their world. Dinosaurs, those are down there.
Now, okay, that is from Journey to the Center of the Earth, I believe. They are taking that from Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Believe what you want, but it's still true. They got mythical creatures, giants, for one, dragons, manticores.
Manticore? What is that?
Chimeras. A manticore is it is a beast that has the head of a lion. Its tail is a snake, and then on top of it is a goat, and it shoots lasers, according to all the JRPGs I've played.
Now hold on. Are these mainstream Hollow Earth beliefs? And is there even such a thing as a mainstream Hollow Earth belief beyond just the Earth being hollow?
Basically, the only kind of shared Hollow Earth belief is about the Nazis. I'll get into that a bit later.
Can we get into that now?
I'm not done with telling you what is inside Hollow Earth besides Nazis.
Okay, well let's get through the contents first then.
I said giants, right?
Yeah, there's giants. Are giants gonna be in every episode of this show?
Probably, yeah, because it's cool. The giants probably built the pyramids. If not aliens, it was probably giants. Reptilians, they're in Hollow Earth. I remember that from the video that got censored. They also built the pyramids. A lot of people built the pyramids.
Well, there is more than one pyramid.
Yeah, there's tons of pyramids. They're not all, the size of Giza, but, every alien race could have built their own pyramid.
It sounds like inside of Hollow Earth is basically every conspiracy.
Yeah, because there's also aliens in there who are, either hiding down there while they're studying Earth, or B, waiting for the right moment to introduce Earth to the intergalactic community. There's no consensus, again, on what aliens are in there, which is not great, but... and yeah, there's also, ancient artifacts, Ark of the Covenant, Holy Grail, that kind of thing.
It's all down there.
It's everything you can imagine. It's down there. Your dad that went out to get milk 20 years ago, never came back. He's down there.
Dad? You came into Hollow Earth?
Your dad, yes.
You listening to this, your dad is down there.
All of our dads are down there. We just have to find them.
Now, that was not in Journey to the Center of the Earth. The only thing, I read that book when I was a kid, so I don't really remember that much. But I remember there's a scene where, like, the black guy, who's not their slave, but he was like their like Sherpa, essentially. They all like pass out from like Hollow Earth gas or whatever. And then they wake up, and the black guy had like carried them all to safety with his black super strength. And they're like, wow, thanks so much. And then like he doesn't really talk in the book. And then that's kind of his big moment. And I don't really remember the rest of the book.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for telling us about that. Anything else you want to tell us about black people?
That is all. I learned all of my cultural knowledge from Jules Verne. This episode is brought to you by the all-new FBI Premium Pass. The FBI Premium Pass is the ultimate way to get the most out of your American citizenship. With the Premium Pass, you'll be fully exempt from FBI surveillance, both digital and physical. With the purchase of a premium pass, you will also be informed about which of your anonymous internet friends is actually a middle-aged FBI agent who lives in Washington, D.C. Premium pass users also get to enjoy complete immunity from gang stalking. Our listeners can use the promo code HOLLOW to get 10% off right now. All right, so like last week's ad read, I do expect some blowback from this because a lot of you guys really just don't know what's going on. This is not a racket. This is not a protection racket. The FBI is already protecting you. They are a law enforcement agency. That is their job. You are not paying for protection from the FBI. This is paying for a premium service. I use this. My co-host uses this. It makes a great gift. I would especially recommend this if you work as an investigative journalist and you are looking into something that is kind of real and serious. If you write about what people on Twitter think about a particular topic, then probably you don't need this. But, based on what you're writing about, this could be a really good deal. And I don't want to see comments saying, oh, how can you be sponsored by the FBI? The FBI is bad. Oh, like, don't you know about COINTELPRO? What about COINTELPRO? COINTELPRO. Yes, everybody knows about COINTELPRO. It's not an esoteric secret that you discovered on Reddit. It wasn't that bad. It had to be done. Nobody blackmailed MLK. That's another made-up thing from Reddit. Just use the promo code so they keep sponsoring us. Thank you.
Agartha. You know what Agartha is?
Tell me.
That's like the main civilization, the main city. Agartha. Everybody believes in Agartha. That's like the number one thing. Everyone believes in Agartha. The Hindus, the Buddhists, they're like, yeah, it's Shambhala, Shangri-La. You ever hear that word? You know what that means? That means Agartha. And it's ruled by enlightened spirits. And they're down there. And you can get there basically from any dang old hole. They think there's like 20 different entrances to Hollow Earth, and they all lead to Agartha. The Himalayas, the Andes, the Arctic, the freaking whole Grand Canyon. That's just one big whole gateway to Agartha. And it's down there, and who lives in there? Who lives in Agartha? Go ahead, tell me. I'll tell you who. Freaking everybody. The humans, the aliens, the spirits, all those mythical creatures, the giants, they all live in harmony in the future city of Agartha.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all there, even the Nazis. Let me tell you about the Nazis. The Nazis are peaceful now. They have an island near the polar opening in Antarctica, beyond the inner curvature. They have an island called New Berlin, and the gateway that they inhabit is called Rainbow City, and their flag used to be red. It have a swastika on it. You remember that?
Right.
You remember that? Well, now it's blue, and the swastika is flipped over like the Buddhist type, and they're peaceful now. They're nice.
Now hold on. This is getting very specific. How do your first of all, where are you reading this online?
New Dimension 2012.blogspot.com, ourhollowearth.com, Hollow Earth Research Society. Is there a problem with my sources? Are they not scientific or academic?
Oh, no. These are good sources. But now I think this is my big question. Now, with flat Earth, which is not as cool as Hollow Earth, but with
flat Earth is lame. We don't talk about that kind of mainstream thing here. Flat Earth is for idiots. Can I say the R word? Remedials.
Correct. We will never be doing a flat Earth episode. But basically with flat Earth, you have all of these theories about why can we not discover that it's flat? Like there's the ice wall, the government will stop you, etc. How is it that Hollow Earth has stayed secret all these years?
It hasn't. It's just hard to get there. You can go to Antarctica. Nobody's stopping you. Like the flat earthers believe. Nobody's going to stop you. But you try to go to Antarctica. It's super hard. It's cold. It's mountainy. It's the worst trek you'll ever have. You can go there, and you're not going to come back because you're not going to want to, because you're going to go to Agartha, and you're going to live with giants and manticores. It's going to be great. You go to Rainbow City, you're going to meet up, you're going to become a reformed Nazi German.
So, hold on. So, do Hollow Earthers, do they basically say that, like, you can just go, and it's not even, like, hidden?
Yeah.
Well,
kinda, yeah.
Well, then what is their explanation for why there's not, like, pictures of Hollow Earth?
Because it's hard. It's hard to go. But you're not gonna wanna come back. Stupid.
Are they?
If you do come back, if you try to tell me about Hollow Earth, what are they gonna say? They're gonna say, no, you're crazy. You're insane. Why does your website look so bad? Why is it yellow and red text on a black background? You can't see it.
I think what I'm getting here is that Hollow Earth people are so much crazier than Flat Earth people that they haven't even bothered to work out answers to some of these questions I'm asking.
Why do you need answers when all we have is solutions?
It's a solution-only conspiracy.
It is a solution-based, problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata. Just go there if you want. It's hard. That's why people have failed time and time again. Admiral Byrd, you've heard of that guy? Famous American explorer. He went to the Antarctic so many times. He went once and then 2 times, and then he tried to go another time. It was called Operation High Jump. The goal was to establish a research base in Antarctica. You know, that's kind of boring. So the real truth is that he went there for the purpose of finding the secret Nazi base, aka Rainbow City, which was the gateway to New Berlin. There's not a lot of real evidence, as you liberals would call it, but it definitely happened. But there was problems. You can't really fly a plane to Antarctica. It doesn't work out that well. And when he came back, he had a secret diary. It was called The Inner Earth, My Secret Diary by Admiral Byrd. You can read it. It's out there. It's not even censored by the government much. But he went there. They flew down in there, and then he met up with the Agarthans, who mysteriously had a weird German accent, and they said, "Hey, you guys should not be using nuclear bombs. That's not for humans."
That's true.
And so he came back, and he, sorry, I dropped my notes all over the ground.
Wait, you have physical notes?
No, I don't. I lied. I have a PDF file. He came back. He tried to tell Eisenhower, hey, here's what the German aliens inside Hollow Earth think we should do. Eisenhower locked him up for like 20 days. I made it up. He locked him away, and he handed the notes back to him, and he said, we can't do this. It would ruin our economy. And that's what happened to Admiral Byrd.
So is Admiral Byrd, okay, he's clearly a key figure in Hollow Earth lore, but
yes.
What, like, is there really a diary? Is that real?
Yeah, you can read it. It's on the internet. There's a whole web page. That's just the full diary. That means it's real.
So wait, what part of this did Byrd actually say was real?
All of it. It's a secret diary. He wrote it. So he flew his plane into the hole, and then he was in there, and they got him with a tractor beam, and they pulled him in.
What is this?
Is there what are you not getting?
I'm not 100% clear as to what what part of this is like real in the sense, and by real I mean like reality.
Oh. the expedition failed. It was just bad weather.
Okay, that part is real. Did he really have a diary?
No.
Oh. This is
If I'm role playing as a stupid liberal, no, he did not have a diary.
Okay, yes, that is what I meant. Imagine that you are a clueless liberal like me.
I need to pretend like I'm stupid, like I'm a level 1 infant like you?
For the sake of the listeners, yes.
All right. Goo gaga.
So the diary, who actually made the diary, if not Bird?
That's a really good question. One I did not even try. Let's see. I got this diary from a website called The Truth Seeker. And it's from 2007, despite the diary being from 1947. So it's a bit hard to say who wrote the diary.
There's a good chapter of Don Quixote where he comes across a hole in the ground and he falls and he falls in and he goes to like Wonderland and he meets all these like people and he like saves this kingdom, and then he wakes up and it's revealed that this was all a dream he had when he hit his head really hard on a rock near the hole. And I think possibly all of Hollow Earth is something like this, and maybe Bird took a tumble.
All right, Bird, who cares about him? We're going to talk about Olaf Jansen. He was a guy, Swedish, of course, from the 1900s, early 1900s. And he's in a book called The Smoky God, which is a true account of Jansen's journey to the inner Earth. He encountered giants, the sun, heaven, aliens, UFOs. So he went in there with his dad all the way at the North Pole. They went 1,700 miles down into there, and then they were in the Hollow Earth. And then they came back, and his dad died. And when he got back to Sweden, the authorities made him tell him everything. And then his uncle locked him up in an insane asylum for 20 years. And what do you not get about that? How does this not make sense?
Well, hold on. I haven't even said anything.
Well, I can feel it in your mind. You're not getting it.
So is this a real guy who wrote this?
I mean, some people like to claim that he's a fictional character and this is a fictional book, but the book says it's true. So
okay, so it's actually more like Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Well, no, that's fiction. Brendan Fraser is an actor, so
why do I feel like I saw that in theaters?
You did. You probably did. Who didn't?
I think
that was like the most popping off movie when we were kids. When did it come out? Like 2009? 2009 was the best year for movies ever.
What else came out in 2009?
Go ahead, look it up.
Well, hold on. We can't get too off topic here. Remember the higher ups do not want this to
I
be
looked
a
it
pop
up.
culture
It's
podcast.
2008. Close enough.
I like the lore of Hollow Earth.
It's got good
like
lore.
It a lot.
I mean, there's so many different. You got the Nagas, the Snake People. You got the old ones. You got the Elder Race. You got everybody in there. It's like Super Smash Brothers of conspiracies.
Is Hollow Earth kind of sounds like Skyrim. There's all these races living together.
You get all these species together in Agartha. Guess what? They're not even racist. Even the Nazis that came down into Hollow Earth and started living there, they became unracist. And you know what the Nazis did? You remember that whole kerfuffle?
We could learn a lot from Hollow Earth, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have learned from just all this research and talking about Hollow Earth?
Less learned than... It's more like It's more like catharsis. Like, I feel vindicated in my belief. I don't even like. I just, it was a feeling I had because I watched that long ass YouTube video And then it got deleted, and I just had to sort of, remember everything I saw. And I had to internalize it. And now that I've researched it, I'm like, yeah, this all makes sense. The Nazis are good now.
And, well, hold on. Hold on, Ocean Hiller.
Yeah.
I think the lesson here should be that even a Nazi can be reformed with the power of Agartha.
Yeah, I mean, you take a nice little visit to Agartha, ride with some giants, get on the back of like Chimera, it shoots lasers, it flies you around. The sun may or may not be heaven with angels inside it, who knows? But yeah, you go down there, you're not gonna be racist anymore. How could you?
How could anyone after such an experience?
One piece of information about the Nazis that I could not find anywhere else, but I do remember in the video, is that, like, apparently at the end of World War II, there was a whole, like, Nazi fleet that, like, fled to Antarctica to flee in the Hollow Earth, and the Allies sent a big fleet to chase after them, and there was apparently, like, a full-scale, like, naval and air battle in Antarctica between the Nazis and the Allies, and then Nazi reinforcements in the form of UFOs came out of Hollow Earth and then destroyed the entire Ally fleet. And yeah, I couldn't find any more information about that because, even though I believe in Hollow Earth, that one is a bit wild.
Imagine just being a World War II pilot and then suddenly a UFO flies out of a hole in the ground and just vaporizes you.
What's the deal with UFOs? It's unidentified flying object. That kind of insinuates that, oh yeah, it's unidentified for now. I mean, we don't even hear about like IFOs, identified flying objects.
Would that just a plane?
It's like we see it's like, oh yeah, that's an X-3 Lemurian class Martian craft. We know that one. That's an IFO. We identified that like right away.
Or you could just say like that is a Boeing 757, an IFO.
Yeah, but whoever says IFO, we talk about UFOs. We never talk about IFOs. It's not right.
This episode is brought to you by NSA Plus. Are you tired of traditional streaming services? Are you tired of there being nothing to watch on Netflix, Hulu, and other outdated streamers? NSA Plus is a new kind of streaming subscription service that provides exciting, live content. With NSA Plus, you will get access to thousands of private webcams, smartphone cameras, and security surveillance feeds. You'll get to watch what the real NSA agents watch whenever you want on any device. NSA Plus is the ultimate streaming service for cutting-edge content. Here's the thing about NSA Plus. That's the end of the actual ad read. I'm clarifying here. This is a good product. I watch a lot of shows on there. Well, they're not shows exactly, but you get what I mean. They have a lot of good stuff on there. NSA Plus is the main source of funding for the NSA, in case you didn't know that. And the NSA is the only reason we don't have a daily 9/11. So subscribe, unless you want to deal with that every day. Just plain. Subscribe. Thank you.
So what have you learned after my ramblings?
Is that your way of saying that you have nothing more to teach me about Hollow Earth?
I did just kind of speed run all of my notes, and I realized that now I did sound a little bit schizophrenic and maybe crazy with how fast I went through it and all the things that I said.
You actually sounded kind of like out of breath.
It's because I wholeheartedly believe in all of this, and I was really excited to share it with you.
And I liked that enthusiasm. I feel like I have learned, well, really, I've only learned what you have said during this episode right now, and what I remember from Journey to the Center of the Earth, and what I remember from the Vril stuff. But I don't know if that technically counts as Hollow Earth. But either way, I think unlike Tartaria, which had sort of a negative message about architecture and Russia and Putin and stuff, this has a very positive message that I think people can learn from about Agartha and not being a Nazi. And there's like the blue flag, and then there's like the manticores and stuff. And I think that's good that we have a positive episode this week.
So how do you plan on making it, really negative and not true? Because I know whatever you bring to the table, it's gonna be some real sad bullshit. Unlike this, which is happy truths.
What's a happy conspiracy that I could do next week?
Concrete enema.
Here's a couple of announcements that need to be made before we wrap up. Number one, we were given a large marketing budget for this show that we could use for, buying digital ad space and paying shills and hiring like Indian companies that will be like a bot farm and they'll give you clicks and get you tons of views. But due to a like small accounting error, all of that money went to a highly sophisticated missile defense system. So our studio is basically impervious to missile strike, and we do have some offensive capabilities, but we do not have any marketing.
Missile strikes is what I'm primarily afraid of in my day-to-day life, so I feel really safe and comfortable in here. I might just sleep here, if that's okay.
I'm glad that you feel comfy, but what this means is that in order for the podcast to grow, the listeners at home have to tell people about it, because we have no other way of getting the word out.
Is that true?
Yes, that is true. The marketing money is gone. They will have to spread the word themselves.
We don't even have the $7 to afford like Twitter Blue Plus HD.
We don't. Not only do we not have Twitter Blue, we don't even have a Twitter account yet.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't even set up an email. Now, my second announcement is, as you can see on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, we have very low ratings. We have 1.9 stars out of 5.
Well, Agent Fomenko, isn't that because you ran a podcast before this, which people hated?
Yes. The previous podcast was slightly controversial, and it attracted people who had strong feelings about it, and they blasted us with many 1-star reviews. Now, those 1-star reviews, which you can read on Apple Podcasts, are very funny, and I encourage you to go read them.
They're great.
However, because this is a new podcast, we have a clean slate, we have a new studio, big guests coming up, live tour dates coming up. We need people to go and give us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And I would like to say, the people that left a lot of those 1-star reviews on the last podcast are actually going to love this one because of how much we're going to talk about UFOs and how real they are. So if you guys want to just give this a second chance and, hear me talk about Hallworth, you don't have to like this other guy, Agent Fomenko. Listen to me, Ocean Hitler. I love UFOs and mushrooms and vegetarianism or whatever.
Yeah, don't take it out on the new podcast. Leave your feelings about the old podcast at the door. Come in with an open mind.
This is the only podcast that's going to talk about black goo. Most mysterious substance isn't alien. Living intelligent liquid crystal. AI black goo archons. NASA's big dark secret. Mind control. Shiva Linga is made of black goo stones from Shiva's meteorite. Conscious sentient nanotech fluid. Alien black goo oil.
All that and more coming up soon on State-Sponsored Conspiracy Podcast.